Hello guys, you're back with English with Misa for a new topic from your download textbook, Unit 6. So today, we'll be learning some vocabularies related to crime. Let's get started. Here are today's learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, pupils will be able to 1. Identify 16 nouns related to crime and punishment. 2. Identify 6 verbs related to crime and punishment. And 3. Practice pronunciation of words related to crime and punishment. First, we'll be looking at nouns normally associated with crimes and punishment. Today, you should be able to distinguish between burglar and burglary, trespassing and trespassers, and many others. First, what's arson and arsonist? The word arson on the left is the name of the crime, and the word on the right will be the doer or the person committing the crime. So, arson is the crime of intentionally starting a fire in order to damage or destroy something, especially a building. For example, arson was determined to be the cause of fire. Well, there can be many causes of fire, like cooking-related fires, even because of electrical faults. So arson is one of the possible causes too. An arsonist, on the other hand, is a person who starts a fire on purpose or illegally. For example, police believe an arsonist set the wildfires. And because the word arsonist is a noun, you may also use the word in the plural form if you're referring to 2 or more people. Now, these 2 words might be common for some of you. The first word is burglary. It's the crime of illegally entering a building and stealing things. For example, several men were questioned by police yesterday about the burglary. A burglar, on the other hand, is a person who goes into houses to steal things. So it's the person committing the crime of burglary. For example, it was brave of you to chase after the burglar. Next, trespassing versus trespasser. Trespassing is the crime of going onto land or entering a building without the owner's permission. For example, can you read the sign? It says no trespassing. That means you're not allowed to enter the property or the area. The word trespasser is a person who goes into someone's land without permission. For example, this software can detect trespassers in areas off limits to the public. Now, murder versus murderer. Murder is the crime of intentionally killing a person. For example, there were 3 murders in the town last year. The word murderer is a person who kills another person on purpose or illegally. A murderer was caught in the city yesterday. Next, robbery versus robber. Robbery is the crime of stealing from somewhere or someone. The gang had committed 4 recent bank robberies. The word robber is a person who goes into places like banks to steal things. For example, the robber shot a policeman. Next, shoplifting versus shoplifter. Shoplifting is the crime of taking goods from a shop without paying for them. For example, he was charged with shoplifting. Shoplifter is a person who takes something from a shop without paying for it. For example, he spent thousands on security cameras and alarms to deter shoplifters. Next, vandalism versus vandal. Vandalism is the crime of intentionally damaging property belonging to other people. For example, this area is prone to vandalism. Some areas that are prone to vandalism can be parking lots, schools, and even private property. A vandal is a person who causes damage to buildings or destroys property. For example, vandals smash windows in the shopping mall. The last set of nouns we have here is kidnapping versus kidnapper. So kidnapping is the crime of taking someone away by force and demanding money in exchange for releasing them. For example, we are deeply concerned about an increase in child kidnapping in the region. A kidnapper is a person who takes someone and asks for money to return to them. For example, the kidnapper demanded a 1 million ransom. Now we'll be looking at verbs. I hope you're still with me. When we're looking at verbs, you have to remember that you have to add tense markers. So tense markers can be any kind of tense like the present tense, past tense, the perfect tense, the future tense, and many others. You use the word accuse to say that someone has done something morally wrong, illegal, or unkind. For example, he has been accused of robbery. As you can see here, the verb accuse is used in the present perfect tense, has been accused. The second verb is arrest. So if the police arrest someone, they take them away to ask them about a crime that they might have committed. For example, the police arrested her for drinking and driving. But if someone is arrested, it doesn't mean that the person is guilty of a crime just yet. And here the word arrest is used in the simple past tense, arrested. Now what we have here is a phrasal verb, break into. The meaning is when you enter or open a place, vehicle, or container forcibly, especially for the purpose of theft. For example, 2 burglars break into his home. The next one is break the law, which is also a phrasal verb, which means to fail to obey the law or to commit a crime or offense. For example, you should not break the law. The next verb is commit. Commit is to do something illegal or something that is considered wrong. For example, he was sent to prison for a crime that he did not commit. The last word is prove. To prove is to show a particular result after a period of time. For example, the police was not able to prove who committed the crime. Remember, prove with an F is a noun and prove with VE is a verb. Now that's the end of today's lesson. Now you can attempt relevant exercises in your textbook, page 70, 71, and 72. Thank you for watching.